Hi everyone, so I wanted to talk about a week of art school homework because I like to do this every once in a while. It kind of gives me a point of vantage to look back and see what kind of homework I was doing at what time. So I go to an art school for illustration, and this is sort of like a montage of a bunch of the projects I did in the last week, and just like the little things I had to get done. So I'm just going to go project by project and just kind of show you what I did and what I was working on. And also, since I'm in art school and I also support myself by doing artwork and YouTube and Patreon and all that stuff, I also had to print and send out all of my Patreon rewards during my last week, but I kind of wanted to get them done before the last week so I could focus on just finishing the rest of my assignments. So one of the major projects I had to do was an infographic type of thing. I mean, that term isn't really a good way to describe it, but it was like a research project, and my topic was snails, and I had to break down the different information that I found about snails and put it onto a poster. So most of the work for this was done already before, a couple weeks prior. I did all the research, I broke down all the points, did some thumbnails and sketches, and I also had some mood boards as well for how I wanted the watercolor to look. And that really helped me to just have a mood board to refer to for general color palettes and styles and what I wanted the feeling of the final to look like. And that really helped with the final. I did all of the sketches traditionally, I did all of the paintings traditionally because I wanted it to feel really natural to kind of fit with the whole snail nature sort of aesthetic I wanted the whole poster to have. And another challenge, which it wasn't really a challenge of composing it because it was such a long format. It was more of a challenge of just like physically seeing it all at once and then working on the separate areas and making sure the whole thing related well. And another big thing that was important for this was to make sure that it was easy to read. And that's something I've been slowly getting better at, because when I look at my older posters and infographics, info illustration stuff, I look at it and go, why did I do that font? There's like 7 different font sizes and 7 different types of fonts, and I have no idea what I'm supposed to read first because hierarchy is so important. So I think I learned so much about hierarchy through this project, and I just had a lot of fun painting the snails. I actually got a new scanner. It's the CanoScan LIDE 400. It was relatively inexpensive and it scans so much better than the other one I had. It's still pretty small. I think it's like 8x10 or 8x11 scanning surface, but it's really easy to stitch stuff together with Photoshop. So doing all of the watercolor illustrations kind of quickly was, it was motivating to do that because I was really eager to try out the scanner and to see how it worked. And I'm really happy with the scanner. It actually picks up paper texture, which the other one I used never did. The other one I used was just a part of a printer. But I used this scanner for the project. I think it replicated my drawings a lot better than usual, and the colors just looked a lot better. So after I scanned them, I went into Photoshop and I removed the background from all of them so they could have a transparent background, and then I moved them into Paint Tool Sai, which is the program I was using for everything, because I just really like the way Paint Tool Sai runs. I like the brushes, and it runs really fast on my computer because it's pretty lightweight. And, well, it's not that I like the brushes, I just don't like painting in Photoshop. So Paint Tool Sai was useful for that. It was kind of a back and forth between Paint Tool Sai and Photoshop, because some things I couldn't do in Photoshop, some things I couldn't do in Paint Tool Sai, so I had to go back and forth constantly. And I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. It's a little bit of a plain layout, but I like the way I pulled it all together. I really enjoyed painting the snails because watercolor is so fun to use, and I just want to get better and better at watercolor. I just want to control the water really well, if that makes sense, because sometimes it kind of gets away from me and I just want to get better at it. So this project was a lot of research up front and a lot of planning to make sure that everything read well, but I think it came together nicely in the end. So another major project I had to finish for the end of school was this sort of motion illustration thing, because I have a motion illustration class, and I had to incorporate a 3D component. So I actually 3D modeled my stone garden character. He has like a hole in his stomach and he can like grow a garden in there or transport stuff. He can even have a fish tank in there. Tons of different stuff he can have inside of his stomach hole, I guess, because he's like a statue. So I wanted to make an animation about him. It didn't turn out exactly how I wanted near the end because I was running out of time and I just wanted it to look a little bit different. I basically 3D modeled him in Cinema 4D. If you don't know anything about 3D, this might not make any sense, but I 3D modeled him in Cinema 4D and I exported the object file into Mixamo to make him do different poses, and then I brought that back into C4D to find like a good angle I wanted him to be carrying out the action. And then I exported all the videos and I rotoscoped over top of them in Photoshop using video layers. It's a really tedious process and I'm just glad it like looked sort of how I wanted in the end. It's definitely a good way to make animations if you're not in an animation program. Like I don't really know how to do frame by frame stuff. I have to rely on the 3D and like rotoscoping and a lot of guesswork because it's not really what I'm specializing in. But being able to make your illustrations move or to like have them on separate layers and zoom in and out, I think is a really interesting skill to learn. I don't know if it's something I'm going to pursue, but I'm glad I know how to do it because I know there's a big market for that right now. And the more I use it, the more it grows on me. But at first I was like, I don't really like this. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just want to paint things and draw things. I don't want to make them move. But now I'm kind of glad I know the skill and it's growing on me a little bit and I hope I can get better at it going forward. I used After Effects to put everything together in the end. And the more I use After Effects, the more I understand how to use it, because before I would try to do all the painting and guesswork in like Photoshop with all the separate layers and I would make sure all the colors looked good. But you can actually change all that stuff in After Effects and just like resize stuff and color correct and add lighting in After Effects. And there's a lot of stuff you can do in that program that is just like so much easier than trying to figure it out before it's even moving and before you see how it looks with everything. I don't know. It's a whole process. I want to watch some videos about After Effects just to like learn it a bit better because I think it's a useful tool. Definitely. Especially me being a YouTube video creator, I could definitely utilize some After Effects stuff for like intros or I don't know, any little project. If I'm doing like a book, maybe I can do a little motion illustration trailer for it. Who knows? There's a lot of possibilities knowing how to do this kind of stuff, and I just want to get better at it because I feel like I'm not good enough to make things look the way I want them to look. Like I'll have a vision in my head, but I never really work with motion. So my brain doesn't work that way yet, but I'm trying to get better at it and trying to like not be so opposed to it, even though it's something that I'm never like super excited about because I'm always like, I don't know enough for this to actually look like as decent as I want it to. But it's kind of like that with anything. You gotta keep going and keep practicing and eventually maybe I'll be more happy with my skills. I gotta watch some videos maybe on YouTube, just watch some tutorials. Because there's a bunch of like little tricks you'll learn and you're like, why didn't I know this all along? But overall, I did have fun making this. It was really interesting to see it come together in the end, and it's cool to see your characters move. That's also a really cool thing. Another project I had to do was I had to paint my sister, and I also had to paint a landscape to kind of go with it. Now, I'm going to be honest and say I kind of rushed this a little bit because I was running out of time, and I kind of painted it really, really quickly, and I tried to put it together as fast as I could because I just really didn't have time to dwell on it. And I find my paintings look better when I work a little bit quicker anyway, but I think it was so quick that I didn't have a chance to kind of step back and really see like what was going on and stuff I wanted to change. It was more of like a in the moment, let's get this done and let's call it quits because I don't have time to do this. But I ended up taking out like all my watercolor, all my gouache, all my pencils. It was a more involved process than I thought it would be. I wish I gave myself more time to explore with it because that's just how I feel with a lot of assignments. I just wish I gave myself more time because the professor gives you tons of time. They warn you in advance by so many weeks that you have this thing to do, and then when the time comes to do it, you realize, wow, I really should have started this a long time ago. But that happens with a lot of stuff. It's hard to kind of keep yourself organized. That's something I want to work on more, is to just like be ahead of things and not let things come not to the last minute, but to the last like few days where I'm like, okay, I just really need to get this done, and I can't like focus on the process as much, and I'm just focusing on the end goal. And that's something I want to work on and get better at, because I used to be really good at that in high school. I was so on top of everything and ahead of everything, and now I'm balancing so many things at once with my YouTube channel, Patreon, school, all that stuff. I just want to be ahead in everything just by maybe like a week or a few days to take some of the pressure off, because it's really nice to enjoy the process and not constantly think about this needs to be done soon, I need to finish this so I can start the next thing. But time management skills it's always a work in progress. I'm always learning how to do it better, and I feel like everyone's in that boat. Most people are in that time management procrastination boat of wanting to do it better but not doing it better. So maybe we should in the new year try to improve on that a little bit. If you're like me, I definitely want to try that, and I say this every year, but I mean it this time. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. So this project was a really quick. I was thinking about the concept for a while, and then when it came time to actually do it, that's when it was like over and done really, really fast in an evening. I don't hate the way it turned out. I think there's good parts, and I'm not like a big fan of doing portrait stuff. I just find it a little bit boring, just a face. I don't know. I like to do scenes and characters, so I'm kind of disappointed that I rushed the scenes so much, and it kind of feels like it's not there yet. It almost feels like a thumbnail sketch. And I don't mean that because of the loose brushstrokes. I like having that. I mean like the composition itself needs work. It needs to be tighter and more considered, I think. But that was another project. I finished it. I didn't hate the way it turned out, didn't love it, but it was done. I also had to do a graphic design project, but if I showed you that one, I would reveal where I go to school and where I live and all that, so I can't really show you. But I had a graphic design thing to do that took, it was like a 3-week process of me doing it. I won't talk too much about it because I literally can't show you it, but I did have that as well. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else, because I know there must have been something. But maybe at that point I really was just wrapping everything up. Those are the last few assignments I had to do. They were kind of big ones, but I already had everything planned for them, and I just had to execute them. And that's what's nice about just like getting stuff done, is like you already have it all planned, you have the sketches, you know what you want it to look like, you just have to do it. And I think I learned a lot so far. Now that I'm done this semester, I think I learned a lot about decision making, if that makes sense. So I think I can be more decisive when it comes to my art, a little bit more decisive, because before I used to think, okay, what if this was green, but it could also be blue, and then I would like save both versions. But now I'm trying to be like, this looks fine green, the blue doesn't make it look any more fine, so I'm just gonna leave it as green and just move on. And those kinds of sort of decision making process that happens when you're sketching and when you're like painting stuff in and working with a bunch of different layers and trying to decide like which layers should I merge, which ones shouldn't I merge. I'm just trying to be overall more decisive, be a little bit more efficient, and I think that's something I've gotten better at. I really hope you enjoyed seeing the kinds of stuff I've been doing. It just feels weird to not share it with you because it's such a big part of my life, and I think some of you find it interesting if you're going to be going into art school, because I know when I was thinking about going to art school, I thought like it just seemed so scary and so daunting to like have to do all this stuff, and like I didn't know how the atmosphere was and how it would work. And once you're in it, you're so glad that you did it, if you're anything like me, because I really needed this sort of kick to like force myself to do all of these projects, and there's stuff I never would have done if it wasn't for school. And even if it's the kind of work I don't plan on doing, I still learn a lot from each project that I can bring into my own personal art. So I really hope you enjoyed this. I always like to say at the end of videos that I have a Patreon, and every single month I put together a little package of like prints and stickers and stuff that you can't really get anywhere else. So if you pledge before the next month to that to the Greyhound tier, you can get that little package sent to you. And I'm actually doing an extra little bonus item in January's package for like a little thank you New Year's thing. It might be something I continue to do. I'm gonna see how it goes first. I also have a store where I sell all my prints and pins and stickers, so you can check that out too if you want. Maybe get yourself a Christmas gift. It might be too late to get something to arrive by Christmas, especially if you don't live in Canada or the States, but if you want to check that out, feel free. So thanks so much for watching again. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you're having a okay December or a good December, and I'll see you in my next video.